Sheesh. Deer backstrap or liver. Whoa, look at that. Wow. That is darkness. I got a leak back there. The main argument is always that the wolves manage the wildlife better than humans. Trees down everywhere across this road. I would not have wanted to be up here when that happened. Some tracks right here. A few minutes to warm up in here before I get out of my bed. I heard DIY truck camping was the thing to do. So I went and bought a used topper for $1,200, put it on my pickup, and built a camp inside. This week, I'm upgrading that with actual lights and headed back to the mountains to see if I could find some wolf tracks in the northern part of Montana near Thompson Falls. One of the major things about this truck camper is how dark it is in there. I mean, you can kind of see it here, but I have the whole back open. So we need to add some lights. So the first thing, I'm gonna add a couple of these to the ceiling and see if that really helps. These don't match, obviously. I didn't have this on this pickup, so I'm gonna actually put a different plug-in on here that's actually a 4-prong because I can't find a 2-prong. And if that light works, then we know we have power here, and then we can run some wires over and install one of these. No looking back. So should be able to just twist these together a minute. Plug that in. Okay. And we should have power right here. Oh, no, we don't. I wonder if you have to have the truck on. That would be dumb. If you have to have the truck on, then it doesn't do me any good. No. I got nothing. Let's see if this works. I don't know. It's not promising. Now the one thing we can do, I got 2 batteries here, so we're gonna make a little platform for them. No need to be all super precise with this, so just gonna cut them off. I get a new battery again. I pulled the other battery off the other drill, and I don't remember which one I pulled off. One of these is the one that's charged up. This one, for sure. Now my idea is to put some angled holes so I can hook the bungee cords in there, but we'll see. There we go. There. These bungees, you don't want to just make a hole straight in because then you can't get it in there. So you want to make it angled. You start it straight and go way down. Let's see if this. Look at that, huh? Perfect. Look at that. Whew. Those are heavy. That is a big inverter. 3 AC plugins. So, but to have power, we gotta wire these batteries together. We're gonna wire them in series, positive to positive. Positive over there to positive over here. Positive on this side, right here. Negative over here. Now you shouldn't do red, but this one's smaller, so I'm going to use it on the on the negative side. Sheesh. Don't touch those together. To the negative side over here with this thing. You can see there's a little bit of juice there. So let's see if this works. Turn it on. Yep. So you have power there, but you don't have power anywhere else. So that's just the tail light. So that means you have to turn on the lights to get that to come on. I don't want that because I do have 2 batteries right there. So why can't I just come off of them for the lights for now? Why not? So if I take this light and I put it, this should just light it right up, I would think. If you go here and here, when you got to turn it on, I assume that's on. And nothing. Oh, just put it under here. It's just to test this out. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to charge this at some point. So, whoa! Yes. Okay. It's metal. That's what it is. No, it's not metal. There we go. I don't know what I'm screwing into there, so I don't want to make them very tight because they might just go right through it. There was definitely a question of how you're going to get this loose wire stuck up to the ceiling, but I have all this leftover Velcro from the curtains. So what I'm going to do is just take little strips of this. I don't know if this is the right way to do anything, and I'm just going to put it right up here like this and stick it to the ceiling. Okay, this is the moment of truth. I've got them wired into here and here, okay? Then they run up and split. Now, the only thing I don't like is I had to go at an angle here. You would have been looked nicer if you go along there and then go straight. So you got straight lines, but anyway, I didn't have enough wire. So then you just wired that one and that one. And this wire goes to that one and that one. So let's see. Oh, look at there. Look at that. I'm going to have so much light in here. Oh, man. And then brighten that up, dim it. Yeah, baby. Now I won't be in the dark all the time. Change out of my work clothes into my camping clothes, and I'm getting everything packed up. Just got to make one stop at the grocery store and get a couple little tiny items, and then we're headed north. This week I made a poll in the High Lonesome Society, and the people in there got to vote and choose whether I was going to cook and eat deer backstrap or liver. There's the beef liver. But as you can tell, I'm walking away because by a narrow margin, they actually voted for me to have deer backstraps. Wasn't that nice of them? There's one thing, I'm new to this truck camping thing, but I definitely like one aspect of it, and that is that you, like tonight, you know, I kind of know where I'm going, but I'm probably not going to get there tonight all the way, but it doesn't matter. I can just go as long as I can or want to, and then pull over somewhere and crawl in the back and have a good night's sleep. Well, this changed in a big hurry. Look at that. I'm glad I don't have anywhere to be for sure today, so I'm just gonna take it Nice and slow all the way there. About 92 miles away from Thompson Falls.
By winter storm warning. Route takes major roads.
There's
not recommended.
It's 8 o'clock and I'm just left the Flathead Indian Reservation. So I think I'm gonna go somewhere past Plains and then just find somewhere in the national forest to camp for the night, because I don't know where I'm at. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way to Thompson Falls until tomorrow morning. So it is pitch black out there because it's snowing. So, oh my word, it is so dark. You flat can't see a thing out there. It's just pitch black. Get in here. Let's try out my new lights. Woo! There we go. Yeah, baby. We got light now. Let there be light. Wow. That is darkness. So the one thing I have to solve on this before I go down to Texas or someplace where you have to go into a populated area is how to lock that from the inside. So I can lock it from the outside with a key, but this side has nothing. I think the hardest weather to stay warm in, either like sub-zero, was really cold, or it's wet. 30s to 50s and wet. It's about 32 degrees. So I would suspect we're going to see some snow on the ground in the morning, but it's going to be a wet snow with like an ice crust underneath it. Oh, man. Nice and cozy in here. It's about 30, like I said, 32 degrees, so it's not super cold. I don't have a heater on or anything, but I don't think I need one tonight. 9 o'clock, I might watch a movie for a little bit. So the only things I have downloaded are The Quick and the Dead, Notting Hill, and The Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. I'm not positive which one I'm going to watch. Maybe Notting Hill today. You guys have a good night, okay? I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I was nice and toasty last night, that's for sure. I did have to get up and go outside to go to the bathroom once, and when I stepped out there, I could hear some elk talking to each other. If you've ever heard elk mewing, they were mewing back and forth right next to the pickup here. They're right inside the timber or right at the edge of the timber here, less than 100 yards away. Of course, when I got the camera out, you couldn't hear them, but which is typical. Time to get up and go see if we can find some wolf tracks. We're going to go take a drive through an old burn, forest fire burn, and see if we can locate some tracks, possibly in some new snow. It doesn't look like it's stuck very well, so I'm not sure we'll be able to see them, but we're going to give it a try. It's pretty wet. I got a leak back there well, not back there, but in the front of the camper. It's dripping inside the camper here. It's just been kind of snow raining on me all night long. Yep, still snowing. It's very wet. There's a little bit of snow on the ground. It's a complete blizzard out here. Total blizzard. It's wet blizzard. So one important thing that you always do when the weather is bad like this, or just in the winter in general, always keep your fuel tank above half, because you don't want to ever get somewhere up in the mountains, get stuck, and only have a little bit of fuel left. It's very important. So I'm topping her off. Okay, well, normally what I would do is cook breakfast out in the mountains and then drive somewhere. But what I'm going to do today, since I don't know this country, I was told to go to Minnie's Cafe where the locals gather for breakfast. So I'm going to go in there and see if anybody knows anything about wolves in the area. It was good talking to you, sir.
Hey, good
I'm
talking
Trinity.
to you. Huh?
Trinity.
Trinity, Rick.
Rick?
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Well, about time to hit the road here. I got a little bit of information. There was one guy in there that was all for me shooting wolves, and another one in there that wasn't for me shooting wolves. They're really nice guys, both of them, but it's interesting that it's an issue that has two distinct sides to it. The main argument is always that the wolves manage the wildlife better than humans, which I don't agree with, because wolves have no conscience. They don't stop eating. They don't stop killing babies. They don't stop killing all year round. There's no season. They don't operate in a moral fashion of any kind. That's my argument. And for some reason, there's this thought process out there, and it comes from Disney and media and everything, that wolves have this conscience or moral values that's better than human, and it's just not true. It's an animal. It's not good or bad. It's just it doesn't have any like inhibitions about killing something. It kills babies. It kills anything. It just kills what it can. There's obviously been a lot of wind up here. There's trees down everywhere across the road. They're all cut, but they have just fallen all over. You can just see there's trees across the road on the bridge here. See this? Tree over there. It definitely blew a lot. That windstorm that we had in Townsend probably hit here as well, I suppose. This could be a problem. I need to look up here and see if I can even get by it. This must have been, that came from way up there. It tore loose and then fell down to here, rolled down to here. Goodness gracious. So this, I mean, I'm looking down in this valley. You can see how these trees are just laid over. See, that tree is bent. Those trees down there broke. Everything's pointed up. It's absolutely a mess. Look at all the trees that have blown down across this road. I would not have wanted to be up here when that happened. Look at it all. So a lot of times these microbursts, these winds will blow, and then they'll have a really big gust, as you saw from my video with Gavin. And when they have these massive gusts, it will blow down live trees. These are all live trees. It tore them out by the roots there. Snapped that one off, probably in one gust. Look at this. It's absolutely insane. Look at this. I mean, it's a good 2-foot tree there. And this is like, it just keeps going and going and going and going. Even with a chainsaw, it would take you hours and hours of cutting to get up here. So it's not gonna work. So that route's closed. I mean, I'm not getting through that, that's for sure. Because there's been such a big windstorm, probably going to run into that on almost all trails at some point. So now I can't turn around right here on this road because my pickup is way too long. It does not corner well. So I'm going to have to back down the mountain a ways. Well, another dead end. It's really slushy. I thought for sure this road was going to be awesome to go down because there's a long ways you can go up here. But I think I can get under this. Maybe. Probably. But not under these. These things are going to wreak havoc. Oh yeah, that would not be good. So I'm backing up again. This isn't even difficult backing up down that hill or nothing. One time I was elk hunting with my wife and my uncle, and we got to a place where there was a huge tree across the road, but I had a horse trailer and I had to back down a mountain just like this with a horse trailer for 2.5 hours, because of course trailers don't just follow you down the road when you're pushing them backwards. They like to try to go their own direction. So it was really something. My wife even took a nap while while I was backing down that road in the pickup. There's one on the other side too. Gotta hit those tracks dead on. No. Don't swing your front end over too far. Talking to the camera, I'm not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing here. There's a bunch of roads on the maps, so I assumed I could just come over here and drive some of these roads with snow on them, just like this. Fresh snow, it's perfect. And see if there was wolf tracks around, but because of that windstorm, they're all blocked. Well, where should we go? Was on this route in 1860 that they actually built this road, Lieutenant John Mullen. And he built a road through the mud and the muck and the rocks all the way from Fort Benton to Idaho, or actually to Walla Walla, Washington. So I'm on it again a long time later. I cannot believe when I see these things, places that these people built roads way back when, the amount of work and dirt that they had to move to make a road back then, all by hand. Probably had a lot of laborers, but still, unreal. Oh boy, this is some wet snow. Wet snow. Yeah, I'm gonna go up this road a little ways. You can definitely get stuck in this kind of snow pretty easy because it's so wet. It can kind of suck you off of the road, but well, now I'm in a land of snow, you can see. Try to turn around without getting stuck. This is interesting. There's some tracks right here, and these are most likely, they have this odd shape to them. Those, I think, are bighorn sheep. No, which would make sense because they just went up this thing. There's several of them. It's time for lunch. Now, before I made this video, I posted a poll in the High Lonesome community, and I let them choose what it was I am to eat. Either liver or whitetail backstraps. Now, they were kind to me this time, and they chose backstraps. If you want to become a part of the High Lonesome Society so that you can choose where I go or what I eat or what I use for gear, make sure you go to highlonesomesociety.com. So I post a video in there before I leave, kind of telling you what my plan is, and then I post a video afterwards telling you what actually happened, what didn't work, what did work, what I wore, what I liked about the trip, what I didn't like. Those kind of things don't belong on YouTube. So go to highlonesomesociety.com. There's a special price right now for the next 200 people, and those are going fast, so make sure you get there quick. I'm just gonna make a simple fry up this backstrap. Step one, as with almost any meal of mine, butter. So we need some butter in here. There we go. So we're gonna put a pretty good amount of onion in this because it's quite a bit of meat in the package. We can always save it for later. Pretty simple. Just get that onion going first so we can get it caramelized a little bit while we cut up the meat. I like these pretty caramelized. So I'm gonna kind of put them around the edges so they stay on the bottom. That looks good though. This is sea salt, coarse sea salt. So we're gonna make sure we get it coated really nicely. I like my salt coarse and my pepper very fine. I like fine black pepper. I think that makes the best flavor. So I'm gonna, okay, I think it's actually pretty much done, but it's got so much water in it. We're gonna have to either drain some of that or to get it to really brown up like I want. And these onions need to cook a little bit more. So I think I'm just gonna try to dump that out a little bit. This is probably gonna get overdone now because I did go out and drain some water out of it, but well, it's definitely, oh, that is tender. Oh my word, it's tender. Seasoning is about perfect. So what I need to do is just cook off a little bit more of this water and get it just a tiny bit of char. I'd like to have a little char on there, but I don't want to overcook it either. So let's see. See, I didn't get that char on it like I wanted, but at least it's a little bit. It's kind of dull in color, but ooh, good and hot. You know, something about wild game with onion. I don't know what the onion does, but it's a perfect blend. And these backstraps are so tender. You know, when you're eating a whitetail deer that's been eaten off the field all the time, all of its life, it's kind of hard to screw it up. But Only thing I think would make that better is a few peppers in there. I don't know what happened to my my leather gloves. So let that steep for a little bit, and we'll have some coffee along with our back straps. I appreciate you guys doing this for me because I'm sure liver would not have been as good. I would eat it. So I would eat it. But you guys were really nice to me because these back straps are like phenomenal. It's not. I think my coffee's ready. Yep, looks ready. Looks ready to me. Let me see if it's a little weak. It's a little weak. I'm gonna have to boil that a little bit now. I think my plan's gonna be driving up this road for quite a ways further. See if, right at dark or something, I can't find a wolf somewhere. And then I'll have to find a place to camp for the night. If you go to the society, there will be a new poll for this next week, which I'm headed up to Square Butte in Great Falls, near Great Falls. So that ought to be a really fun trip. All right, I got a thermos here, because usually I have to dump my coffee out because I don't have any place to put it. So I'm going to put some of it in this thermos. Oh yeah, I just didn't boil it long enough, I guess. Way more coffee than I should ever drink. So that's as much as I'm going to do for right now. Sun's just going down behind the mountain over there. So let's go see if we can find anything. Honestly, I don't really like this kind of hunting because, it's hard to see anything. You're just driving for miles and miles and miles. This road will go another 40 miles. 40. There's only been like 2 people on it today, and one of them was me. Kind of my thought of this is to try to just cover as much ground as possible. So if I see sign of wolves, I know where to come back to. I've not seen any sign of wolves at all. I've heard coyotes, I've heard elk, and I've seen both mule deer and whitetail deer, but nothing else. So I'm not sure. I've got to get back home tomorrow morning sometime. So I'm going to have to turn around now. If I had another day, I'd just keep on going on this road. I really am not good at wolf hunting. I need to find an area that wolves are in and then just focus on that area if I really wanted to hunt one. But this isn't working. At least not for me. I haven't yet to see a wolf track while I'm hunting them. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to do this. You guys tell me if you really want me to continue. What should I continue on hunting wolves or do something else? Because this is getting ridiculously hard. Maybe I should hunt coyotes instead. Start out with that. Boy, I am tired. I am now way up in the mountains in a different area. And I found a flat spot to park the pickup up here in the mountain. I'm just going to stay right here. Now it is way colder here. It's like 14 degrees. See the stars right here so extraordinarily well. The whole sky is just covered. Try to get some of that back out of there so that it melts. That way it doesn't melt and roll down. We'll see how it goes tonight, if we can stay warm without the heater or if we need the heater. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh boy, good morning. It is frigid in here. It's probably about 0. So you can see the frost on the window. So I just started the heater. I'm going to give it a few minutes to warm up in here before I get out of my bed. This sleeping bag is incredibly warm. You can feel that it's cold. My nose is just frozen. And then you can feel it's just utterly bitter cold in here. Running out of propane in that. That is totally frozen solid in there. It is cold. It is cold up here. Woo. I'm going to start to pick up, let it warm up a minute. Make sure it will start. See the little bit of snow on the windshield. If you want to follow along with my journey, this trip was just basically a driving around trying to look for some wolf tracks, and we didn't really accomplish that, but we did have a good time. It's so cold out here, my hand is freezing off. Next week I'm headed to Great Falls, near Great Falls, and I think you'll find that interesting. There's so much history up there. We're going to take out the old truck camper again, and make sure you go to highlonesomesociety.com to get the question for next trip. Until next time, guys, I'm Trinity Vandenacre. God bless.